Well, Albion are now beginning to settle down, even though injury problems continue to prevent a regularity in team selection. Brian Robson is the main absentee again today. Albion's tremendous League Cup tie win at Everton on Wednesday was a fine advertisement for their attitude to the game, and Alistair Robertson certainly did his testimonial fund prospects a power of good with a glorious winning goal. Mind you, he didn't feel so pleased about the penalty awarded against him, but Tony Godden rescued that situation magnificently. Considering he was half crippled with a hip injury, Godden's penalty stave was a bit special. While Albion have been tipped as possible winners of the League Cup, you don't mention that competition to Southampton. No one is letting them forget the 7-1 thrashing at Watford, which cost Catalinic his job in goal and brought Peter Wells back into the side. Today, George returns while Williams is left out. Referee Gwyn Owen of Anglesey, and he gets us away with the blue and white striped shirts of West Bromwich Albion, the white shorts, tacking the goal away to our right. And because of the slight clash, Saints have abandoned their red and white stripes today, and they're playing in red jerseys and black shorts. That's Holmes knocking it forward. Truick then back for Robertson and back to Tony Godden. Tony Godden recovered from the hip injury. It's Watson off the top of his head. Keegan challenged by Truick. Chris Nichol. Statham in hard and fast on Shannon. It's Charlie George way back. Golak for Nichol. And that'll be a first touch then for Wells. Peter Wells, the regular goalkeeper last season. Robertson mistimed that rather badly. Statham's headed it. Owen, early on, aiming for Regis. That was Nichol's header. Owen getting up. Good, solid challenge then by Moses. Nichol away then for Mike McCartney. Lad who started his football career on this ground in the days of Alan Ashman. Dave Watson hitting that long for Shannon. Shannon against Statham. Ball out, corner. First corner of the game. Keegan coming short. Dummy run. And that was Weil getting it away. George hitting a long one across here. That was a good one too for Holmes. Belted away by Statham. Another corner. And third place Southampton buzzing with a little bit of menace here. Left-footed, looking for in-swing. Well knocked out by Brown, and that's Graham Baker whacking one high and wide. That's Regis winning that time. Was being pushed anyway by Nichol, and a free kick is given. Let's see what Albion make of this. Big men lining up on the back post. Weil is coming in from there. Robertson's in that direction. Regis is over there as well. And Gary Owen hits it high. And Weil got there. And is just wide. Now there's the chip in from Owen. Now look at Weil getting up well. And he's wide of the right-hand post as we look at it. Batson. Big high chip, and Brown could get there. Oh, and he's hit it against the bar. A free header for Brown made by his own industry, and a sloppy bit of marking then by Southampton. And that's Owen crossing it in. Now Truick down. The ball and the shot on for Weil. John Weil, renowned for the use of his head in the box, one dropped to his boot that time. Might have done a bit better with it. Here's the one that Ali Brown did, but you'll see he has nobody marking him. Down, up, onto the crossbar, and Golak, an acrobatic kick away. Robertson, but Shannon beat him in the air. Will Baker keep that in? He will, but Statham is in possession for Albion. Touch, good touch from Regis. Here's Remy Moses. Delayed things. Keegan as Holmes starts a run through the middle. Keegan going on his own. The touch for Boyer. Well read and taken by Owen. Moses gave it away to Golak. Shannon. Fierce and strong challenge by Derek Statham. And a throw into Southampton. Golak. Charlie George has his hand up, wanting it on the far post, and they won't have the opportunity to deliver it there. The half-time whistle from referee Gwyn Owen. So a first half that has to be discussed in the dressing room. John Weil already pointing out one or two pieces to his own players. That'll carry on in the dressing room because we've got a 0-0 scoreline here. The best chance going to Ali Brown, I suppose, that ball that hit the post. Back end of the first half. So now referee Owen gets us away for the second half. Peter Wells hitting this one long. Boyer back to Holmes. That was a foul by Holmes on Remy Moses. Sort of tackle you'd see at Fulham on a Sunday afternoon. Batson then with the free kick. Watson will not be put off at all at the back. Charlie George helps that on as far as Robertson. Now Statham, as George goes to attack him. Now Robertson. Good running by Baker. Keegan winning it back for Southampton. Holmes laying that off to Baker. And then on to Shannon. Boyer getting far post. There's Boyer coming in. And the goal from Charlie George. 1-0 Southampton. Just over 5 minutes of the second half gone. And Charlie George celebrates his return after suspension. Shannon hitting this far and deep to the back post, where Boyer comes in, gets a touch, didn't get the goal. Godden saves it, but that's an easy one for Charlie George then. Well, old-fashioned football. And an old-fashioned finish then from Charlie George. Could be in trouble. Oh, he knocks it through, but there was no support up front at that moment. Robertson then to Moses. Regis. And here's Moses again. Easy clearance from Nicol. That was just a clearance. It was not ambitious enough to start anything going. Got a touch. Holmes forward for Boyer though. And there goes Keegan. Well spotted Godden. He came out really fast then. Keegan was in the clear. Well spotted Boyer laying that ball into Keegan's path. And just as he comes over the edge of the box, Godden arrives. It's Watson's header forward. Batson. Drops to Moses, the touch on for Brown. And he's in for something. Oh, good goal. Ali Brown squeezes an equaliser in, near post. 24 minutes of the second half gone. 1-1. justifiably getting a lot of applause from that fine opportunist effort. He goes around Nicol, past him, everything closes up. The goalkeeper's done his job, but he left that tiny gap on his near post, and Brown slots it in. Well, that's brought the Albion supporters to their feet again. Southampton going forward, though. Charlie George. Golak will pick up that pass. Baker won't pick up that one. Brown's third goal of the season, and in fact he scored in that 4-0 win here last season against Southampton. And Watson gets up that time. Regis holding his head as though he got a bad bump. Here's Ali Brown, and he was away past Holmes, but couldn't get past McCartney. John Weil aiming something fairly longish. Ali Brown got a touch. Moses in behind Southampton. There's the chip. Put away by Dave Watson. And pressure exerted again by Albion as Peter Barnes goes to take the corner. Brown across, that'll come back to Barnes. Makes the space for the cross. Here's Batson, hook it in there again. Nicol, the header out, and Owen, high wide and not particularly handsome. Weil. Long hair. Watson. And Brown. Yes! 2-1 Albion. Ali Brown gets them both. And that time there was no cover for Watson. And the superb, hard, rugged work of Ali Brown finally pays off for these Albion spectators. 37 minutes. The ball from the goal kick. And this is Wild banding it forward. And now it's Brown and Watson. Watson couldn't get, his header couldn't reach the goalkeeper. Brown gobbled it up and bangs it into the net. 2-1 Albion. Ron Atkinson and his partner, Mike Brown, looking just a fraction more cheerful about things now. Watson down. Holmes the clearance. Boyer helps it on. It's all a little bit desperate now for Southampton. Truick up well. Regis stopped by Watson. George. Touch off to Keegan, but behind him that slows the action down a bit. Ball into Baker. McCartney going on a run to the left. Ball goes through the middle. As referee Owen points to the tunnel. So the game is over. And Southampton 1 up through Charlie George. Pegged back and beaten by the opportunism of Alistair Brown. Ali Brown, who put himself about to such great effect, challenging for everything in the front. And there he goes. His own honesty and determination gets 2 goals for Albion to beat Kevin Keegan's Southampton.
And that defeat puts Southampton down to 7th position. Ipswich are still top. In fact, they've lost only once in 32 league games now.